Can I please now open it up to the floor for any questions to our guests?
How do you, as a business owner and female leader in organisations, work out what we should say yes to and what we need to say no to?
I would say there's a place inside of us all that I call the hut, and is your heart and your gut mixed together, the hut. And if the hut says hell yes, then go. And if the head says no, then it's probably trying to get in the way of the intuition that comes naturally in us all as women. And when we go against the hut, we usually screw it up. So just don't let the head get in the way. So overthinking will absolutely screw you over, and just trust the hut. It is your home.
Anyone else?
I will comment on that. And this is so not a heart-based response, so thanks for that. Yaz, you should have gone after me. I think clear is kind when it comes to when you operate in let's go, I was actually going to say the word strategic plan. You got a strategic plan. If you need one, you need to understand what's going to get you from A to B. You understand the activities that need to get you there. You understand the values that are driving you to do that. If it's not there, don't do it. And if it is moving you toward your North Star as a business, then do it. And yeah, sometimes emotions get in the way where someone wants something, or it might be a nice thing to do. And that's when you have to sit in your vulnerability with them and go, you know what? As much as my heart says I want to do this for you, or we want to do this, it's just we've got to stay the course, eyes in the boat. We've got to keep moving. So every day you have to show up, and your people and yourself need to understand every day that if I do these things, I'm being successful today. Anything outside of those things are nice to have. So it's being really clear and explicit.
Any else? Yes?
So you're each kind of talking about feeling the need to be this boss bitch, of how to succeed and how to get there, and then you have this revelation of okay, I don't need to be that person. So what happened? Like how did you have that mindset change?
Okay. So definitely, again, starting at a very young age in business, I think you have to sit in that, because you do have to be bulletproof and you have to keep moving forward. When it actually happened was probably around the time when I had children, because children keep you very real, and they take you down a peg, literally. I'm wearing what I'm wearing today because my 17-year-old said, yeah, okay, that's all right, Mum, you can wear that. That's me personally, and I don't think it was an aha moment. It just, I know now that I'm a very different boss and I'm a very different leader to what I was 20 years ago. It comes with your staff. Your staff also keep you honest as well. You're looking to them for those, they want to be there. They want to be in the environment. They want to be working with you. They agree with what you're doing. They're pushing you forward. So I think they're the ones that also, so you learn to kind of sit back and listen. I can be a boss bitch if I really want to be. But really, is it going to get me where I want it to be in this day and age? Apparently, I've been told I'm supposed to become the statesman, the stateswoman, and sit back and just, use experience, knowledge, wisdom to drive forward rather than we are going to do this. So I'm still sometimes good, sometimes bad for me.
For me, I think it was, when I sat around the boardroom table with 5 men who wanted me to be a director, and I felt like a token. It didn't feel right, so I left. And then going on the journey of being a business owner and doing it my way. But I touched on it briefly before. My daughter, who is okay with me saying it, with her needs around her neurodiversity, I'm not married because we couldn't agree on how to parent our daughter. And he took one line and I took another. And mine was more flexible, that saved her life, and his would have buried her. And I'm super upfront about that. And she leveled me. I had to be a parent that was okay putting the water in the hot water bottle 5 metres from where she was sitting when she was closer, and I still had to do it because of her anxiety. And when I started to listen to her needs and build a high-performing team of people around her who could support her in her life, including her cousins and her aunties and therapists and doctors, I realised that I'm actually really capable of building a high-performing team when I connect with the human and what their needs are inside. And you can do all the metrics that matter, but never falter on the moments that matter more.
Can I just add on that? If I can just indulge, do you mind?
Yeah, please.
The thing that we've already somehow labelled is that boss bitch is a bad thing. And I think we've talked a lot about authenticity today. So if it's in you to be fierce and be Sasha fierce, and that is the kind of way that you operate, show up.
Yeah.
No worries. But if it's not, if it's running a different feeling in your gut because you know you're not being your best self, and if you know you've evolved at a time where it served a purpose at a time and you've come through, that's where the self-awareness and the maturity comes in, I think, and the evolution of the human being. So I just wanted to make sure that if someone's sitting there feeling really super shamed because they just love, being really strong, like they feel they're sitting in there and they're doing their Ted Lasso moment of, you guys, good, awesome, you can kill it, no problem. Like that is cool too. But if it's not you, then don't feel you have someone else. Like comparison is the theft of joy, right? You don't have to be there. So, do you have one snapshot or one final piece that you'd like to drop the mic moment, Your Majesty, or that you'd like them to leave with for you?
I used to read, when I was a young girl, the Golden Books. We all did. And my favourite one was The Little Engine That Could. And it's the little engine that wants to deliver the toys over the mountain to the children. And the little engine's little, literally, and the other big engines say, you can't do that, you're too small. It took me 30 years to realise that the little engine was a she, because the bias had me think it was a he. And as an adult, when I reread my favourite all-time book, I realised that I am the little engine that could. And she says the words, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And Dee said it before, the stories we tell ourselves become our truth. So you'll never hear me say, I have imposter syndrome. You'll never hear me say, I can't, I won't, I'm not. Because I can. And I can because I love myself. And I want more women to stop the bullshit of we're up ourselves if we love ourselves, and actually sit in the front row of your own life and buy that number one ticket and go all in hard on loving you, because that's the only time you can be the most true. And if you fuck it up, at least you are still you.
Wow. Who wants to follow that?
Thanks for that. My thing would definitely be your vulnerability is your superpower. And don't underestimate what God gave us as a natural gift, to be vulnerable and to be ourselves. And I think the more that we can do that, the better we are.
Bring it home, Queen. Other Queen.
Hilarious, I'm going to bring it home with a quote that my dad gave me. Now, there's three things that I often think about. The first one, and it's probably a work-related one, my dad used to say, why be fucked around by amateurs when you can go and be totally confused by professionals? And it's like, basically, stop playing in D grade, go fucking play in A grade. Go and be confused by the best. So basically, don't waste your time. Yes. Which was great, thanks, Dad. The other one, which I say to myself probably every day, is the magic you are seeking is in the work you're avoiding. So, eat the frog, do the thing. Yeah. Until you do that, there's nothing, no magic's going to happen. And then the other one is a Brené Brown, which is probably more for me personally, is living big with boundaries, integrity and generosity, which is the generosity for me is a big thing, is that it's easier for me to live my life thinking that people are genuinely doing the best they can with what they've got than thinking that they have a hidden agenda or they're out to get me.
Very good. Okay. Guys, I think we've had some incredible conversation. Thank you very much. Can we please give a round of applause to our three incredible guests?